Okay. Welcome back to the Remind Chat today. We're just waiting here for people to join. As you can see, it's very windy. I hope you can understand me well. Maybe you can check the audio, if this is okay. Okay. We are waiting for Alexandra Yakova today. She will join us on the talk, and later she will lead the briefing session. So we are excited to see her coming online. She's not here yet, so let's wait a little bit. Okay. Let's see. We're just waiting a little bit longer for Alexandra to join us. And I see here Puno Vaso is online as well. Hi Puno, he's going to lead the session on Sunday. And he's an amazing meditation teacher. But let's see. Hopefully she's not lost somewhere out in the ocean. Kiteboarding. Oh, here she is. Okay. Let's get her online. Okay. Oh, yeah, hi. Hello.
Hello,
Hello
Julia.
to Alexandra Yakova. How are you? It's so good to see you.
It's so nice to see you, Julie. Thank you. I'm all good. I'm back home for a few days, but actually tomorrow I'm going to kitesurf again, going to another island. So I'm excited and getting ready for it.
Yeah, Alexandra is an amazing athlete. She's a two-time Olympian finalist, and she won the World Cup in snowboarding, snowboard cross. She will tell us for sure a little bit later what snowboard cross is. Not everyone in this audience knows, I guess. And she is just, yeah, an amazing snowboarder, kiteboarder, traveler, doing everything that's exciting and scary. And now she also switched into business coaching, and I'm excited to talk about all of those themes. And yeah, let's get started. So what is your passion? What inspires you most?
Oh, for sure. The nature inspires me the most, and I'm maybe the happiest when I can spend some more time in the nature and playing with its elements. So if it's snow, or if it's water, or if it's air, or if it's just to be and feel the ground and the earth, this is what I really love the most and what makes me feel alive. So I'm trying to now find my way after my finishing with my professional snowboard career, and trying to mix up my passion with my purpose and with the things I can really do, because I would like to inspire more people to get closer with the nature and to feel its power and energy. So I'm on this path right now, slowly building up my next thing.
That's wonderful to hear. What does breathing mean to you? For sure, when you're out in nature, I mean, you're connecting to nature all the time, and also in sport, you're connected in the flow state. So what does breathing mean to you?
Actually, I have a very rare disease on my blood, which is with very low hemoglobin. And you know, the hemoglobin is actually transporting the oxygen to your brain and to your muscles. So maybe 10 years ago, I figured out that I have this disease, and I figured out that I have to start to do something to breathe deeper, because I was actually breathing very shallow, and I had to find a way to just give more oxygen to my muscles and brain so I could perform better. And in search for my better performance, I started to breathe and I started to try different techniques. And actually, this is how I got into breathing. And actually really helped me in my professional career, like for my focus and for my general well-being. And also I was really able to perform on a higher state because I was stronger and powerful, and I just had energy, which I really needed. But so the breath is life for me, and it's love. And I realized that we are in the day dripping deep, like breathing really shallow. We don't go deep. We don't feel in general much because we are kind of overwhelmed by everything around us. And for sure, the breath is a connection, a deeper connection with yourself.
How was it for you in the Olympic final? You were in the Olympic final twice, and
Yeah.
I mean, border cross, for everyone who doesn't know, it's for sure the most scariest sport in snowboarding you can do.
Oh.
And it's always like huge jumps. You start with 6 people starting at the same time. What was going through your mind at the Olympic finals, and how did you how did you center yourself, and what did you
For
feel
sure.
and think?
When I had to choose in between disciplines, I choose maybe the hardest one because snowboard cross, you can't really train. You have a very short amount of time when you have to prepare, and you have to be very strong physically, and you have to have a lot of like skills to do it well because it's a very complex discipline. Like you said, a little bit dangerous, unfortunately. Actually, from what I know is that it's the dangerous female winter sport, which is
I'm
crazy.
sure.
And that's not something to be proud of for sure. But I was in it, and I had to try to give my best. So I was in the past 8 years, which I was in Olympic cycle. I really tried to get into meditation, to into some personal practices, so I can really prepare not only my physical body but my mind and my soul for the action, which I was supposed to meet in the competition. So it was really interesting. In the last Olympics, the course was incredibly big. It was scary, and we had a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties. So the focus for me was really important because if you don't have it, really the chance of injuring yourself, it's way too big, or even it can go worse than that. So it helped me a lot. And yeah, it was crazy, like even now when I remember, crazy experience for sure.
And how did you manage to fall asleep the night before the Olympics?
Oh, I don't really remember, but I know that every time before a win I didn't sleep. Like I was so awake and just like remembering the course and thinking and visualizing everything, and then in the next day I would just go and be sure that I'm gonna win it. So this is how it works, and it's very powerful too in general, the meditation visualization. But I figure out that it's so hard to get in the state because there is so much going on in your head, like all the time. So I don't remember right before the Olympics, but I know that I was breathing really deep, and that was the only thing I had to like get connected with, and just to like stay focused. Don't freak out too much, just breathe, and that's it.
Yeah. I remember for me it was always super helpful at one point to just try to feel my feet on the ground and my snowboard. I don't know, just to get myself grounded again before the start, right? Because so many thoughts are in your head, and
Yeah,
you have to stay focused.
especially on Olympics is just too much pressure, because we've been colleagues for so many years, but I was the only athlete competing in this discipline. So really the responsibility I had was heavy on my shoulders. Like everyone was expecting a medal only from me because we didn't have anyone else over there. And that was heavy because I was ambitious, young, stupid. So all I wanted to do was to deliver the medal. And that's sometimes tough, like really that can burn you out.
So how does all of these experiences from the sport help you now as a business coach?
Well, for sure, the discipline is very important. And what I figure out is that most of the people are so attached to what they work, and this is how they define themselves. But I believe that we should not be defined by our profession or position in the job. Like we really have to try to give our best to the world because we have so many other abilities and we are capable of so much. And I believe that each person can be so many different things. So my mission now is to try to help the people to get maybe better connection with themselves and feel what they really are in this big business and like group or team or whatever. And that's meaningful for them. It makes them feel more important and more valuable to
Yes.
to the whole brand and to the whole thing. So this is what I'm trying to do now on a different way, very creative, because I'm trying to meet the business with the nature. I'm trying to challenge them on another way, and I think it works actually. So
I'm sure it works.
we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Also interesting to know about you is that you had all of this success only with a team of two, and you were traveling with your dad, and this must be an wonderful experience to share this with your dad, right? And to go for this
Um,
ups and downs, because usually especially with family members, right? Sometimes it's not the easiest relationship, and especially when you're like in this peak performance place. So, how did you handle that?
very hard. Well, we had to separate the father and daughter relation and the coach and athlete relation. I had to separate that, and that was also a big challenge for me. And in general, was tough. Like when I stopped competing, we lost our connection in a way because snowboarding was such a big life, a part of our life, of both of our lives. So we didn't talk with each other for maybe a year. And now we are starting to slowly get back together because we realized that that was just part of our life. And now we're ready for our next role and next mission. But it was for sure hard because I don't think that any father wants to put his daughter into risk, and this is unfortunately what our sport was in the last years. So was challenging.
Thank you for sharing also the challenging stories with us. Usually, you only see the success, right? And
Yeah.
not really the challenge behind it. So, what was maybe your biggest fear?
The biggest fear, for sure, to not injure myself, because every time you do a mistake that costs you something, and a bruise or maybe something more. So that was the scary part, like I said, of the sport. But they were so many other nice things, and this moment when you can challenge yourself and try to really go out of your comfort zone, you grow. So I'm super thankful because every day I had to challenge myself, and that's how I grew
Yeah.
through the sport and through this ambition to be better at the sport.
Yeah, I think we're all looking so much forward to brief with you today on our Remind app. What do you think about alignment, and also what do you think? How would it feel if the world would come together and breathe together for 1 minute every day and sharing like positive vibes and thoughts and alignment? How
I
does that
think,
feel to you?
I think that this idea is going to change the world, and it's going to be very impactful. And I'm so proud and happy that you created this with your team and that it's already happening. And I know now it's the beginning, it's going to be a little bit difficult, but I'm sure that very soon it's going to go around the world, which is great. And I believe it's amazing because nowadays the people lost this connection. They are so afraid to be themselves. They are so afraid to open up about things. And they live in this really artificial skin and artificial boxes. And it's good when we can actually touch their souls. And I think that's a step towards the
Yeah.
connection.
Breathing goes so deep, and also in when you talk about injuries, how did maybe breathing help you with injuries, or yeah, when you're going through, or still, I mean, can you feel still like bruises, injuries back from snowboarding a little bit in your body? Is it? I mean, I can feel it in my body. That's why I ask. And connecting to breath and healing is so powerful. And I'm sure you can tell us a little bit about this as well.
Of course, it is. And I believe that breathing helps for the pain relief for sure. And just helps to take your focus away from the pain and put it somewhere else in your breath. And in general, I think this is the most powerful instrument, is that it helps your focus. This is what we are really struggling to have nowadays, because just so many thoughts are going on here, and to be focused even for 1 minute, it's challenging. But sometimes it makes you Olympic champion or a world champion, or it's going to make your idea to the reality. So it's
And
important.
also, I think both of us, we know how powerful visions are, right? Because I remember when I met you, we were both riding in the European Cup. And it was a competition in Bulgaria. I think I was 14. And yeah, so from
So
there on, I mean, it was such an amazing journey for both of us, I guess. And yeah, I really can see how challenges make us stronger. And especially when I see you right now, like all those amazing waves, also in kiteboarding, you connect so deeply with nature. So Alexandra is an amazing kiteboarder as well. She rides huge waves, and she's only looking for the strongest wind. And that's why is sport in nature, is that the connection which brings you into flow state, or is it more like goal setting and having the focus for a goal? What do you think?
I think it's the deepest meditation, because also the kite surfing is such a complex sport, and you just cannot think about anything else. It's just your board, the kite, the waves, the wind, and all this comes together, and it's really amazing. Like, I feel very alive when I do it, and I wish that more people can get to it and try, because I'm sure it's going to be a life changer for them.
Someone just messaged, tell us about kite snowboarding.
Yeah.
Have you tried kite snowboarding yet? I'm
Yes.
sure you did.
Yes, I tried, and it's great because you feel so free in the mountain. And if you have the right conditions, of course, like snow and wind and enough space, you don't need anything else, and you can travel around the mountain, and it's in a sustainable way because there is no lift, and you can enjoy the powder, and it is amazing. Like, I think this is going to be the next winter wave, the next winter sport. It's already very big in Europe, and I'm sure if you try, you'd love it.
Yeah, I've tried it already, and thank you so much for your inspiring story and for breathing with us in 40 minutes. So to everyone, please download the app at App Store or Google Play, and then breathe with Alexandra. I'm sure she's sharing some beautiful flow with us, and we are so excited to breathe with you in only 40 minutes. So
Thank you so much, Julie. Thank you so
talk to you.
much.
Bye. Bye to
You
everyone.
were
And see
amazing.
you tomorrow.
Good luck.
Ciao.
Ciao.